Welcome everyone. I'm so glad you're here. Will you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can we please have the roll call?
Sure. Shoemaker.
Aye.
Kellogg. Here. Vaughn.
Here.
Poland. Hofstadter.
Here.
And Kahn.
Here.
Okay, we're going to get started with the community calendar this Saturday and next Saturday. We have a lot going on still, even though we're winding fall down and rolling into winter. I don't even want to say that. So this Saturday, the Victorian House opens for Christmas, and the family movie matinee Despicable Me 4 is at the library at 11 a.m. And then next Saturday, there are tons of things happening as well. The Jolly Holidays with live reindeer at the library is from 10 a.m. to noon. And then we have Mary Millersburg and the Chocolate Walk will be from 4 to 7. The Victorian House will stay open till 9 that night. And the Lions Club is doing a tree lighting at the courthouse with coffee, cocoa, and Christmas carolers. So there is a lot happening in the downtown on the 23rd. November 30th is the Saturday after Thanksgiving. That is Small Business Saturday, so I would encourage everyone to come out and shop our downtown. There are so many unique gifts that you can give to your family members that you can only find in our downtown. The Friends of Skyview Benefit Dinners, December 7th. December 15th is the Christmas Parade with Santa, and that's at 2 o'clock, Bob?
2 o'clock from
2 o'clock?
the parade.
The parade, okay. And then we talked about the presidential fundraiser at the Berlin Grand on March 15th as a fundraiser to help defray costs of painting the Victorian House. So those are the updates for the community calendar. I don't have anything new for our bicentennial as far as what's going on with council right now. Are there any visitors that wish to address council at this time? No? Okay. Moving on then, can we have a motion to suspend the reading of the minutes, please?
Second.
Poland. Vaughn.
Aye.
Shoemaker.
Aye.
Kellogg. Yes. Hofstadter.
Aye.
Kahn.
Aye.
Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, can we have a motion to approve the minutes?
I so move.
I'll second.
Shoemaker.
Aye.
Kellogg.
Yes.
Vaughn.
Aye.
Poland. Hofstadter.
Aye.
And Kahn.
Aye.
All right, we have Bill Resolution 2024-22. We have bills totaling $144,099.75. Are there any questions on the bills?
Chief, what is iLinks?
It's our in-car program that we use, basically run like license plates and driver's licenses.
Okay, all right, thank you.
All right, hearing none, do we have a motion to pay?
So moved.
I'll second Colin.
Hofstadter.
Aye.
Kahn.
Aye.
Shoemaker.
Aye.
Kellogg.
Yes.
Vaughn.
Aye.
And Poland.
All right, Nate, we'll start with you.
All right, the Design Review Board approved the certificate of appropriateness application for the tattoo studio next door here, 13 Tattoo Studio. Planning and zoning tabled variance application that was submitted for some setbacks for a structure at 736 Diamond Alley. That's to give us time to talk with Solicitor Hines to see what the best approach to that whole project is. We've got a couple upcoming projects. Tecton Engineering was in last week and we met with them. Might have been 2 weeks ago now. The Millersburg Christian Church proposal should be coming in December for their new building. Millersburg Dental is also looking at an addition. So still a lot, I know we're heading into winter, but there's still a lot going on. Nothing on our resurfacing, no update on that. The street department building, the footers were dug and poured at the end of last week. waiting on the masons to show up, start laying block for the walls. We did meet with our CUSI, that's our program, billing, utility billing program. We met with our rep remotely last week, asked him the questions we had, reviewed everything. I think we're all in agreement within the office here that we're ready to go ahead and proceed with that if everybody's in favor. This isn't nothing immediate, but first of the year, we'd like to plan on getting that ordered. He explained that they don't have an exact lead time, so when we give them the go-ahead, they'll put us in line, and then they reach out to schedule a good time for us. They understand that everybody has different, some bill monthly, some bill quarterly. We obviously don't want to be implementing a new software program right before bills are due. We want to time it out to when it suits us. So, it has all the features we've been wanting. The hope is that majority of customers would make use of the online portion of it, e-billing or e-payment, the customer portal, all that kind of thing, to where we can reduce the amount of physical bills that are sent out. Understanding we'll never get 100% away from that. Some people still want a physical bill, and that's fine. But if the numbers work out right to where we reduce enough, maybe we can look at mailing a full-size envelope versus the postcard size that seems to be giving us all our trouble. So that's the hope. We'll see how it works out. Our sidewalk project started last week as well. Hebron Street, Crawford Street are done. They were working on Walk-Up Street today, a couple locations up there. I put the whole list in here for you. We're doing just under 800 feet of sidewalk, aprons in all those areas, and then there's some curb on South Mad Anthony we're having them do. That's Thomas Concrete. Tom Sorn's doing that work for us this year.
Can I ask you a question about
Yeah.
that? Is the South Clay in front of 314 across from the park where there's no sidewalk?
South Clay is Adams to Hobron's new house.
Okay.
That section, there's nothing south of there. I could look at adding that.
Yeah, see if
You
you could
said
add that, it's right in front of 314
Okay.
South Clay.
Let's see if we can get that added in.
Okay, thank you.
Is that where it's brick, or is it?
It's the one on the other side of the brick,
Okay,
south.
okay.
Where's Thomas Concrete from? I've never heard of him.
They're here. Here, Millersburg.
Oh.
Here.
I mean,
Tom Horn.
okay, I never heard of him, that's all.
Yeah. He's been in business for probably over 20 years at this point.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh, I never heard of him.
Does a lot of work. So as part of the EPA's service line inventory mandate, I wanted to just give a shout out to Chad, Marty, and Mary, and Nate Skolmich. So we worked with RCAP to create an inventory of all of the service line material, both customer-owned portion and our portion. This is all coming from the lead issues that originally started in Flint, now it's nationwide. The EPA's got a big push to identify and replace all lead service lines, which is a good thing. It's a necessary thing. The first step in that was the inventory. We got that completed back in October and submitted to the EPA. And then within 30 days of that inventory deadline, we had to send notices out to all the customers, depending what category they're in. If it's a lead status unknown, if we just don't know one or both portions of the line. If it's lead, galvanized requiring replacement, or unknown. Those are the three categories that we had to notify. So the letter has, you all may have gotten, some of you may have gotten letters. If you haven't, please complete the tests at home. Let us know what's coming into your homes so we can add that to our inventories and get all our information up to date. This is going to be a multi-year continual process. As new owners move in, we have to notify them of the status of their line. It's not going away. So the more information we can gather early on, the better off. It'll keep keep things rolling. So if you have any questions at all as to identifying your service line, reach out, give us a call, we'll be glad to help you through that. There's a simple little scratch test you can do. If it's lead, it's really soft. You can take your fingernail and push it and leave a mark, that's lead. Copper's copper. If you shine it up, it'll look like like a penny. So if you have any questions, just let us know, and we'll, like I said, we'll walk anybody through that. RFPs that we put out for the solicitor position and also the landscape services. I just wanted to, quick reminder, those are both due this Friday. Once we receive everything, I'll get those distributed to everybody. I believe that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. So do we think that we'll be billing the first January bill and then implement it after that? Is that the thought on?
Yeah, so when we asked Mario, our rep, about that, he thought if we could give him the go-ahead now, we could likely get the first quarter of next year, but we're not in that position. He thought for sure the second, well, nothing's for sure, but he thought it was realistic to think we could get second quarter's billing on the new system.
Okay, great. Thank you, Nate.
Yep.
Chief?
The only thing I have is, next Tuesday, next Tuesday morning, I'll be doing the Ride with Chief thing, for the elementary school. I can't remember the name of their program right now. They bid on different rewards. I seen it posted today. Some of the kids got to play with, I believe, varsity girls soccer team. And there was kids that chose, I did it last year, show them the car, turn lights and sirens on, take them a little ride in the parking lot with a staff member from the school. So I'll send a Facebook notice out, but if you hear a bunch of sirens next Tuesday morning, it's me and some of the kids driving around the parking lot. So that's the only thing that I have going on.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Chief.
You're welcome.
Bobby?
Right, looks like everybody acknowledged October financials, so thanks for that. Next would be bed tax applications, the grant applications. Everybody get those? Any questions, any discussion we need to have before approving those for funding at the very beginning of next year is when that goes out.
I would like to thank all of the applicants for filling out and giving us, what they're spending their bed tax dollars on. That is very helpful to us, and we appreciate the extra work you put in for that.
Okay, so if no one has any objections, we'll go ahead. I'll mark those as approved, and then just after the first of the year, we'll get those funds out to the recipients.
Do we need to make a motion for that?
I don't
We
think.
haven't heard anything.
Oh, sure. Go
Okay,
ahead then.
so we have a motion to approve the bed tax grants distribution.
I'll make a motion to approve those that's submitted.
Okay. Who was second? Yeah. Con.
Aye.
Vaughn.
Aye.
There we go.
Aye.
Shoemaker. Thank you. Kellogg. Yes. Poland. Hofstadter.
Aye.
Okay. I sent an extra email out today. We have some legislation that we need to pass tonight. It's the annual transfer of funds from the general fund over to the different funds that we appropriated that. It's just something that we do at some point during the calendar year, and it's time to do that. So we'll kind of handle that when it is time for legislation. And lastly for me is I did send out a draft of just the summary of the appropriations, kind of where I'm at as of right now. I worked on it throughout the day today, ran a whole bunch of numbers, and we'll continue working on it, but I wanted to get any feedback that you guys have at this time. Maybe
Anybody?
not.
Maybe everybody talk at once.
So.
I had one.
Yeah. Sure.
I'll just go right ahead.
Yep.
I don't care. The F-550 for the street department. Are we doing a new truck every year for them? No?
No, we didn't do one this year. Sewer got one this current year. I'm trying to think the last one. last year we got one out there. And this would be replacing one of the older
Older ones.
ton trucks.
So are we gonna sell that truck or keep using that truck or
It would be a replacement, we'd be getting rid of it.
getting rid of it?
Yeah. And it is don't quote me on that. I'd have to think what the year is on that. I wanna say it's 2005, but that might. Is it 4, maybe?
Okay.
So those are the 2 ton trucks we have are the ones that do the bulk of the snow removal and leaf pickup. So they're the workhorses for sure.
Okay.
Anything else? So, here's my plan. I will continue to work on this, to stay on schedule for the 3 readings of the appropriation, legislation. I'll need to present the final appropriations to you guys next meeting, and then we'll get those approved, at the second meeting in December. So that'll keep us cruising along and be ready for 2025. So if you guys have any questions in the meantime, just holler. I'm always in my office. You can find me there.
Were you referring to the full-size dump truck? We did get that
Yeah.
ordered last year, yeah.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. Okay,
This is pickup
okay.
size, not a
No.
full-size dump truck.
Yeah.
I just saw that and thought maybe that's what you,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. And that is all for me.
All right, thank you. Bob?
Thank you. So, back in September, somebody came to Matt Shaner and raised whether or not a certain council member, Tom Vaughn, who was using the auxiliary building to conduct CVSA tests, whether that was proper. And I looked into it, did some preliminary research. I didn't see any problem with it, but out of an abundance of caution, we thought it would be better if we asked the Ethics Commission in Columbus to pass muster on this. So we didn't want anybody to think it was like inside dealing or we were trying to sweep something under the rug. The auxiliary building, you might know more about the auxiliary building than I do, but what I found out is that, it houses the police cars and equipment and all that, and then there's a part of the building that is used for meetings, and primarily auxiliary meetings, but also in the past, Tom, as the chief of police, and also Matt, have allowed other groups to use that space, like Boy Scouts, hunter safety classes, CCW classes. One time there was a shower?
Class reunion.
Class reunion meeting, yeah, class reunion meeting. Just about anybody who asked was allowed permission to use it. So we gave the Ethics Commission all the facts that we had, and the letter came back from the Ethics Commission just last week, and it said, and I'll just read what it says. The question is, are you permitted to continue to allow former Chief of Police Vaughn, now who is a member of Village Council, to use the building for his CVSA training? And the answer is yes. Although he is now a member of council, you are not prohibited from continuing to allow Mr. Vaughn to use the building as long as the building is available for use to the public and he uses the building in the same manner that is available to any citizen who is not a public official or employee. And that was the way it was. I mean, we let anybody use it. And so nobody committed any ethical violations. Matt didn't by allowing him, Tom didn't by using everything is copacetic, but then the question now is, what do we do from here? Because they would get requests for use of the building, but something tells me after this public meeting, a lot more people are gonna know about this, and we're gonna get a lot of requests. And so Kelly and Matt and I had a conversation this afternoon, and we all agreed that we thought that there probably should be some restrictions on the use of the building, and probably by community groups, maybe 501 groups, that sort of thing, to limit the number of people that are using it, because we don't want it to be used constantly. And by the way, Tom, as soon as this issue came up, Tom stopped using the building immediately. It was no problem for Tom whatsoever, because he just did not want for anything to appear, under the table or not according to above board. So everything's clear, but I think, and Matt, as the chief of police, is the person who controls the auxiliary building. So I think what he's going to do is set up some guidelines for who can use it, who can't use it. But it'll probably be for groups. Even if Tom wanted to use it for CVSA training, it wouldn't be available for that. But, like I said, he doesn't care anyhow because he found someplace else. So that's what we had. The Ethics Commission letter is here. Anybody can have a copy of it if you want. And I just thought it was a good idea to bring it to everybody's attention that we asked for this opinion and we got it, and it came back favorably. Okay, that's all I have for right now. I have something for executive session.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Upcoming meetings, all we have, as far as I know, is this Wednesday, we have business and housing. So that's what I know we have going on. Are there any committee reports? We have a lot of third readings tonight. So we'll just jump into it. We have the third reading and passage by title only, Resolution 2024-20, a resolution to adopt an indigent burial policy for Oak Hills Cemetery. Are there any questions? And we have a motion to pass.
I'll second.
Olin? Shoemaker?
Aye.
Kellogg?
Yes.
Vaughn?
Aye.
Hofstadter?
Aye.
And Khan.
I'm gonna abstain,
Okay.
and I can explain that if you like.
Sure.
The driving force behind this proposal came from Judge Lee, who I work for.
Okay.
So I think it best that I abstain from voting on that.
Good job. Thank you, Brad. All right, we have a third reading and passage by title only, ordinance 2024-110, and ordinance revising chapter 1143.02 of the village ordinances. Are there any questions?
I knew at one time, but I'm kind of losing track of all of these. If there could be a very brief.
I wrote myself a cheat sheet because I had the same.
Thank you.
All right, this one is to establish the additional fee for people that don't file permit
Okay.
before they start the work. The next one is to actually place the fee on the fee schedule. 2024-112 is the fire inspection conversation we had, saying that every commercial, non-residential property is required to have an annual fire safety inspection. 2024-113 is accessory uses in non-residential zoning districts, adding that to permitted uses of those zoning districts. And 114 is to clarify the use of accessory structures within any district, not for human habitation, etc., or anything that's contradictory to that zoning district.
It was a lot of fixing different ordinances.
Thank you, Nate.
Okay, so can we have a motion to pass 110?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Kellogg?
Yes.
Shoemaker?
Aye.
Vaughn?
Aye.
Pullen? Hofstadter?
Aye.
And Khan.
Aye.
Third reading and passage by title only, ordinance 2024-111, an ordinance amending the Village of Millersburg schedule of fees. Are there any questions? Can we have a motion to pass?
Second.
Poland. Aye. Hofstadter.
Aye.
Shoemaker.
Aye.
Kellogg.
Yes.
Vaughn.
Aye.
And Con.
Aye.
All right, third reading and passage by title only, an ordinance 2024-112, an ordinance establishing 1153.05 of the village ordinances. Are there any questions? I'm glad you went through all of those. Can we have a motion to pass?
So moved.
Second, Con.
Vaughn.
Aye.
Con.
Aye.
Shoemaker.
Aye.
Kellogg.
Yes.
Poland. Aye. Hofstadter.
Aye.
All right, third reading and passage by title only, 2024-113, an ordinance establishing 1160.05, 1161.05, 1162.05, and 1164.05 of the village ordinances. Are there any questions? Can we have a motion to pass?
So moved.
Second.
Hofstadter.
Aye.
Kellogg.
Yes.
Shoemaker.
Aye.
Vaughn.
Aye.
Poland. Con.
Aye.
Okay. Third reading and passage by title only, ordinance 2024-114, an ordinance revising chapter 1173 of the village ordinances. Are there any questions? Can we have a motion to pass?
Second.
Poland. Vaughn.
Aye.
Shoemaker.
Aye.
Kellogg.
Yes.
Hofstadter.
Aye.
Con.
Aye.
Okay, we have first reading, resolution 2024-23, by title only, a resolution authorizing the transfer of sums from the general fund to the street maintenance and repair fund, to the cemetery operating fund, and the police disability and pension fund. Can I have a motion to suspend the second and third readings, please?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Shoemaker.
Aye.
Hofstadter.
Aye.
Kellogg.
Yes.
Vaughn.
Aye.
Poland. And Con.
Aye.
Are there any questions? Can we have a motion to pass?
Second, Con.
Poland. Con.
Aye.
Shoemaker.
Aye.
Kellogg.
Yes.
Vaughn.
Aye.
Hofstadter.
Aye.
Okay. Moving on to old business. Poppy, do you want to start with? I'll start. It seems like after our last discussion about Rita, council wasn't very interested in going that route. Is that kind of how everybody's feeling?
Yeah.
Nobody's really interested in
I don't want
in
Rita.
going that route. Okay. I did have a couple of ideas. Perhaps we could have Mary send out a letter at end of year to landlords to get who's living in all of their properties, and that might help us to know who's there, to be able to send out tax information. Is that the demographic that you think that we're missing, is renters?
I think that's some
Some.
of it. Yeah. Yeah. It is very hard to gauge kind of what the overall, the resounding reason that so many hadn't filed. I'm still getting this, that a lot of people didn't know that they
That they had
moved
to pay.
here and just did not know that it was required, that it was required to file. A lot of these folks have since filed, and their employers withheld the right amount, so that nobody owed anything. It was just a formality of getting that return in here. So I'm getting a lot of that too. So yeah, but missing addresses, I've got a stack of those 708 letters that I sent out. I've got a stack about this big of return mail that's come back. So getting proper addresses is definitely an issue, I think. So
Okay, Bobby, we've never heard this, or have heard of this before when Karen, so did it just sit around, or what happened?
No, I believe that non-filer letters were sent out each year. I was not a part of that last year, so I was just kind of shooting in the dark, and I thought, well, maybe I had done something, different or wrong, but I don't think that's the case. I'm not sure.
She's done that before.
So
Yeah,
we've
yeah.
let a lot of money just go by.
Yeah,
over the
and
years.
I think this is where I don't know if there is a next step. There's got to be a next step for the folks that we know live in town and need to file their taxes. I know what Rita does with those folks, which is, subpoena them and get them to court and make them file their taxes, plus slap all the extra, fees and penalties and interest and all that. So I know there is a next step, but that is just one area that I'm not well versed on. So I need to find out, what happens to, of these that I sent out, many have come back, but not even half, I would say, have come back. So what step is next? That's what I'm, still learning, still got to figure that out.
So do you have any other ideas what you would like to see, or?
I think time to devote to it, it would just be probably the most beneficial thing, if that makes any sense.
Well, and I would assume also that you're always gonna have some that are gonna slip through the cracks.
Sure, absolutely.
And an audit happens, a state audit will come in and see, and I know that Karen always flew with, flying colors for
Mhm.
the audits, so
Mhm.
we passed the audits, you're always gonna have some go through.
Yeah.
I'm not being flippant about it,
Right,
but,
right.
obviously if there was a red flag in audit, you're missing a lot of revenue, or
Mhm.
that hasn't happened to Millersburg.
I'm not sure what all the auditors look at. Again,
Okay.
I just haven't been
But
through
you're always
that
gonna
whole
have some
auditing
you're not gonna catch.
process. Right. And I don't know if the auditors, if they look at that, if they look at, did everybody file that needs to file? I'm not sure how they would know. If I don't know, how would they know?
No,
So
but you see what I'm saying?
yeah, for sure, I understand.
Is there a way to check who's paying the water bill versus
We do
taxes?
that.
You do
Yeah,
that?
Yeah, Mary a couple times a year will make me a list, or as they happen, make me a list of changes when a house sales, when a new condo is purchased. She'll get that information to me. So we do share information in that way, but it's not picking up everything. She'll also share new business information, things like that, as she gets people that start their water and sewer bills. So.
Does any other municipalities withhold the income tax if they're working from out of town, do you know? Or not?
Yes.
Oh,
So I
okay.
think let me clarify.
Okay.
So there's the income tax for the folks who live here in Millersburg. There's the income tax, the 1.5 same percentage for the folks who just work inside Millersburg but live outside of Millersburg. And then there's the folks that I will use Worcester as an example because their rate's exactly the same as ours. So a lot of the folks that live here but work in Worcester, their employer will withhold Worcester tax but not Millersburg. And our ordinance doesn't allow credit for those other municipalities. Some do, some offer a partial credit or a full credit for taxes paid to other municipalities, but that's not in ours, so.
There's a lot of us that pay
It's a double
taxes
whammy.
here
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
to
I know it's a double
municipalities.
whammy, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of us that do that.
The ones working out of town, they would be the hardest to track, I would think.
Except that you would hope that they would have like a water sewer account, so we would hope that eventually, that would kind of catch up, that we would, catch it that way. Also, when time allows, when time permits, we can check voter registration. That's all public record, so we can check voter registrations. Those are the only two that I know of right now. I'm sure there's other ways, but I haven't had the chance to really delve into that, so.
Is there a way to get with the Board of Elections to get addressed changes that happen either
question.
in people moving in or out of the town?
Yeah, that's a really good
I mean,
question.
that's-
I don't know.
'cause
Mary would know for
Okay.
sure. That's kind of her area of expertise, so I will check on that too.
I mean, they're certainly aware of when those addresses change. You just wonder if they could give us some kind of a subset of the ones
Right.
that change that happen to fall within the village.
Right,
So that
Yeah.
would give you
makes sense.
a few more names to work off of.
Do you have anything else you want to talk about with that, Bobby?
I don't think so. I know that, so after the last meeting, and I knew, I didn't want to talk about reading either. It's definitely not something I want to do. But Nate did talk to me a little bit about hiring options. You know, is it something that do we need to get an administrative assistant that can help with the day-to-day stuff to free up my time so that I can devote more time to the taxes and even to the fiscal stuff that I'm still in the process of learning. So that's a topic that we've discussed too. What do you guys think about that?
No, I think you need somebody, so.
You've been saying it from day one, haven't you?
Just we were on Nate for how many years?
I know, yeah, yeah,
We're glad you're here, Chad.
yeah.
That's what that meant.
Amen.
It does make a big difference, and I just wanted to remind everyone that, you know, Karen had Karen Cool for a while, and then she had Bobby, so she's had help for the last few years, and Marty does help too. So we're in the process of working with that.
You just don't want an outside corporation involved in our
Right.
daily things, and they're making the money from it, and you just don't want that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
don't
and they're
want that.
taking the human side out of it, and we like the interaction with our
I
residents.
love that part of it. Like I've loved troubleshooting and problem solving with the people that have been calling since the non-filer letters went out. I would miss that very much, but it just wanted me. It's tough. So
You think it's less personal for Rita to just drag him into court?
I think that's maybe a little less personal. Maybe a little bit.
Okay, any other old business? I have a few things. Did you guys see the Millersburg Council update in the Bargain Hunter last week? Got that in. I want to thank Chris Snow from the Bargain Hunter. He's going to make that happen for us every council meeting. So that's really nice. Starting this week, the mayor office hours will be by appointment only until after the first of the year. Things are getting hectic. I have some people that have called me and want me to go to them, so I'm gonna start with those first. And I don't wanna be out somewhere and have people come rolling in here and miss me. After our last meeting, I went to the health department. I sat down and talked with Sarah and Colt. We discussed the living conditions down at the trailer park, what we could do, what they could do. They gave me a tour, and their building is beautiful. The commissioners did a wonderful job on that building. So I just wanted to let you all know that if you want to sit down and talk with me, I am happy to do that. You can call the offices at 674-1886 or email me kelly.hoffey@millersburgohio.com, and we can set up a time for you to meet me here. The only other old business I have is I had a phone conversation with Randy from Northeast Ohio Gas today. They are going to continue their changing of meters until they are done. They said they have the rest of this week, they're south of Jackson Street. Next week, they're starting north of Jackson Street. They're hoping in a couple of months to be done with Millersburg, and then they're moving to Holmesville in the dead of the winter. So he said that he has a new boss, and they're going to be a little more lenient than they have been with customers. They're only shutting the gas off if there is a leak near the furnace or if it's improperly vented. Those are the only two reasons. So if your gas hot water heater has a leak, they're just gonna red tag the hot water heater have the customer sign a form saying they know that it needs fixed, and leave the heat on coming through the winter. So he said, we just want to get done and get out of Millersburg. And I said, you don't want to get done and get out of Millersburg any faster than all of Millersburg wants you to get done and get out of Millersburg. So anyway, he apologized, and he knows that it's a terrible thing, but he said as soon as we're done, we're done. And so I just wanted to remind everyone that we have no control over what Northeast Ohio is doing, what their rules are. This is their meters, we have no say. I have talked to him multiple times. I have gotten him to change be a little bit more lenient with the galvanized pipe, but we have been talking about this since April. So everybody knows that it is what it is. So my thought pattern with all of this is, when you get the notice on your door that you need to call and make an appointment, you should probably just go ahead and call the plumber at the same time and see if you can get him out there at the same time. That would be the best option. We have the name of a plumber out of Fredericksburg that's willing to come down and help, because our plumbers are overwhelmed. They have people lined up, and the last I heard, they were stacked up by the 100. Mm-hmm. So if you need a plumber, please call in and talk to us. We can give you the name that this guy is willing to come out and help. If any of you know plumbers that are willing to come to Millersburg, please get a hold of us here at the village. Let us know, because it's a dire need at this point. It's a dire need.
Last week, Kurt Klein told me they get 4 or 5 calls per day.
Yeah.
Of people that are in danger of being shut off.
Yeah. And it would have been nice last year at this time if we would have known, if all the plumbers would have known, because they scheduled all of their regular work all summer long, and then this has just been adding to it. So we know that it's been inconvenient and horrible for everybody, and we're really sorry about that. But like I said, this is all them. So anyway, that was the other old business that I had. Anyone else have anything?
Nate, to follow up with your report, do we have an end date for leaf pickup yet?
We typically go about 6 weeks.
Okay.
It depends on the weather. I would assume we'll probably another 3 weeks for sure.
Okay.
I would think, just trying to remember how things are looking. There's always a few stragglers that hold on to the last minute.
Yep. Okay.
I mean the leaves physically hold on to the tree. I didn't mean any people.
Yes, could I talk to the mayor about we were all just called
Don't
stragglers?
take that the wrong way. There's trees that are late to drop their leaves.
Trees of the stress.
Clean up on aisle 5.
Right. Can the mayor come down with her leaf blower and take care of this yard?
All right. Thank you,
We'll,
Nate.
we'll announce it on
Okay.
Facebook,
All right.
like we normally do, that when it's ending.
Okay.
And we typically go to a few weeks of bag leaf pickup after that as well, just to help people out.
All right, do we have any new business? Nothing new. I feel like we've talked about a lot of stuff already. All right, any visitors wish to address council? No? All right. Can I have a motion to go into executive session to confer with the public body's attorney concerning imminent litigation regarding the mobile home park's lack of public utility payment?
Second.
Pullen. Hofstadter.
Aye.
Shoemaker.
Aye.
Kellogg.
Yes.
Vaughn. Con.
Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you for coming.